Least to most likely to take things personally, zodiac signs. Taking something personally is not the same as being emotional. It happens when an outside event, a delayed reply, a joke, a correction, rapidly becomes a story about your value or your place in someone's life. Some signs naturally create distance between stimulus and identity. Others detect personal meaning before the speaker has finished the sentence. This ranking follows that conversion process, beginning with signs most likely to shrug, reframe, or intellectualize, and ending with the zodiac's most sensitive emotional seismograph. Number 12. Sagittarius. Sagittarius survives discomfort by widening the frame. Jupiter asks whether this moment will matter next year, in another city, or after the story becomes funny. That perspective prevents many slights from attaching to identity. They may object fiercely when a comment violates their beliefs, but disapproval rarely becomes a permanent address. Mutable fire prefers movement to rumination. There is another conversation, road, or interpretation available. Sagittarius takes 12th because they are more likely to classify a remark as somebody's limitation than spend the evening turning it into a referendum on their worth. Number 11. Aquarius. Aquarius creates distance through analysis. When someone behaves strangely, fixed air examines the pattern before assuming personal rejection. Is this person inconsistent with everyone? Is the expectation irrational? Is the group dynamic broken? That systems-level view protects their self-concept. They can feel excluded when misunderstood for being different, but their instinct is to detach and reinterpret rather than chase reassurance. Aquarius ranks 11th because they convert a personal wound into an intellectual case study. By the time everyone else is choosing sides, Aquarius may already be questioning whether the structure deserves participation. Number 10. Gemini. Gemini's mind generates alternate explanations too quickly for one interpretation to monopolize the story. A short reply could mean anger, exhaustion, distraction, bad signal, or nothing. Mercury keeps the evidence moving. Gemini may discuss the incident, but talking is how they prevent it from hardening into identity. Mutable air can revise the narrative when information arrives. Their vulnerability appears when communication itself is withheld. Unanswered questions give the mind too much room. Still, Gemini ranks 10th because curiosity usually interrupts personalization. Before concluding, "They hate me," Gemini wants 3 competing theories. Number 9. Capricorn. Capricorn compartmentalizes impact behind function. A criticism at work becomes a task to correct. A strained interaction gets assigned a boundary, deadline, or practical response. Saturn asks what can be controlled, which limits spiraling. Yet Capricorn has a tender relationship with respect. Being treated as incompetent, unreliable, or disposable can strike beneath their composure because identity is tied to earned standing. They may not display the wound, but they can preserve it as evidence. 9th place reflects this split. Ordinary emotion is managed efficiently, while perceived disrespect enters a performance review. Number 8. Libra. Libra notices relational imbalance immediately. Cardinal air tracks tone, reciprocity, and whether an interaction still feels mutually considerate. A tiny shift can therefore become significant before anyone else detects it. Venus wants social harmony, but harmony is how Libra measures security. When it disappears, they may wonder what they did wrong. Their ability to see multiple perspectives prevents them from ranking higher. Libra can argue themselves out of a reaction by imagining the other person's context. Even so, disapproval lingers because it disrupts the shared atmosphere they worked to compose. Number 7. Taurus. Taurus does not react to every disturbance, but fixed Earth records whatever crosses the threshold. They may ignore a comment in the moment, only to realize that it violated loyalty, trust, or respect. Once that conclusion settles, changing it requires more than an apology under pressure. Taurus personalizes through continuity. If someone who felt safe behaves unpredictably, the history of the bond can feel unstable. They rank 7th because their reactions are selective rather than common. The problem is duration. What other signs experience as a slight, Taurus may store as structural damage. Number 6. Aries. Aries takes things personally at speed, but often for a short distance. Mars responds to challenge, dismissal, or anything that resembles being underestimated. The reaction can emerge before Aries has determined whether offense was intended. Yet cardinal fire also prefers action over prolonged injury. Once the confrontation happens or a new goal appears, the emotion may burn itself clean. They rank sixth because the ignition is personal. Why did you say that to me? But the aftermath is less adhesive than it is for fixed or water signs. Aries flares. They do not archive. Number 5, Virgo. Virgo can turn criticism into an audit. Mercury in Earth wants to locate the error, but when self-worth is tied to usefulness, the investigation may expand beyond the evidence. A suggestion becomes proof they were careless. A changed plan becomes evidence they failed to anticipate a need. Virgo may appear calm while reopening every related file. Their discernment can restore perspective, yet perfectionism gives negative information privileged access. They rank fifth because personalization often disguises itself as improvement. Virgo is not hurt. They are conducting quality control on their personality. Number 4, Scorpio. Scorpio never treats words as isolated objects. Fixed water looks for motive, history, and what the speaker hoped to accomplish. This makes a remark feel loaded, especially if trust has already been tested. Scorpio may ask whether the comment revealed contempt, divided loyalty, or information previously concealed. Their instincts are sometimes accurate, which makes releasing suspicion harder when they are not. They rank fourth because events acquire investigative depth. Scorpio does not only hear what was said, they examine why it was said now, in that tone, with that witness present. Number 3, Leo. Leo's sensitivity centers on recognition. The sun organizes identity around being seen, so dismissal, exclusion, or faint praise can feel like an attempt to reduce their light. Healthy Leo knows their worth, but fixed fire remembers who celebrated them and who made admiration feel conditional. They may respond with humor or grandeur, hiding how the slight landed. Leo ranks third because pride is not superficial vanity. It is a protective boundary around creative identity. When someone treats Leo as interchangeable, the injury becomes personal because being wholehearted was part of the offering. Number 2, Pisces. Pisces absorbs information before deciding whether it belongs to them. Mutable water notices pauses, tension, disappointment, and grief. But its porous boundaries can translate a person's mood into self-blame. Someone enters the room exhausted, and Pisces wonders what they did. Neptune fills missing information with imagination, sometimes producing a more painful story than reality supplied. Compassion helps them understand others, yet it can erase the line between empathy and responsibility. Pisces ranks second because they do not merely take comments personally. They can take an entire atmosphere personally without anyone saying a word. Number 1, Cancer. Cancer takes number 1 because the moon experiences life through emotional memory and belonging. A remark rarely arrives alone. It touches every moment that carried the same feeling. A forgotten invitation can awaken old exclusion, while a colder tone can threaten the safety Cancer believed the relationship contained. Their sensitivity is sophisticated, not random. They often detect changes before others do. But accuracy does not prevent personalization. Cancer asks what an event means for the bond. When security feels altered, the reaction reaches beyond mood and into home, history, and the nervous system. Conclusion. Personalization can flash, accumulate, investigate, or absorb an entire room. Your moon sign may describe this sensitivity more accurately than your sun, so check that placement before judging the list. Which sign reads too much into everything, and which one genuinely notices what others miss? Debate it below, share this with your sensitive friend, and follow for the next ranking.